What's good? I'm KLB, and this is what I would do if I had a billion. If I had $1 billion, I would develop schools that would focus mainly on teaching kids how to, like an architect, water and plumbing, how to grow crops, how to make cameras, how to make cell phones. I feel like right now we have so many gadgets and everything, and we're not realizing that we don't even know how it's made. Even down to a light bulb, although we know how to turn a light bulb on, like with the battery and all that stuff, we don't know, well, what makes a battery. So we don't know the source and the root. And it's getting to a point now where the people that know how to build cameras, the people that know how to make batteries and make little chips, they're getting old and they're dying off. And it's like without them, we'll be back in the Stone Ages, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like with $1 billion, I would use a portion of that money. Don't ball out now. But I'll use a portion of that money to develop schools and change the direction of the curriculums to teaching kids how to build cameras, phones, like light bulbs, batteries, things like that. Cars, even cars. Like cars aren't really made for the people. And there's ways to do it. And of course, in time, they're going to let that come out. But I feel like, well, what if all the people who died off, who are living now, died off, that know how to make cars, and engines and stuff like that? What would we do? We have to basically live off of the computers. But what if the computers don't work no more? So that's why I say with $1 billion, I would just educate more about the essentials of our lives. Our phone is essential, our light is essential, batteries is essential, cars, cameras is essential. All of those things are essential. So those are the things that I would use to teach, to help build it, because we need more of that. First thing, I would buy some land. I would buy land in Baltimore. I would buy like property there, land and property. But I would definitely invest in cities that were once America's great cities. And Baltimore is one of them. I'm from Detroit, so of course I would buy property in Detroit. But Detroit is already on its uprising, and things are more higher than what it used to be. Like in Detroit, you could buy a house that was running, like a functional house, for $5,000. But now it's like a little higher. It's like about $25,000, $30,000, which ain't bad when you see the prices that low. So I would buy land, properties, invest in them. Some of them I would turn into content houses, and some of them I would turn into developing neighborhoods. That's one of the things I want to do as far as when I get, older, maybe in my 50s, is work on developing neighborhoods and investing in the people. And I feel like this country that we live in, the United States, became very powerful because the United States at one point in time did invest in its people. That's how a lot of us have grandparents that got land in Mississippi, Alabama, Texas, and Louisiana, stuff like that. And of course, you got, like say, white people who got a lot of land, where you have white people in Europe, Germans, Polish people, people French. They would get free land in America. The United States would be like, yo, if you come here, we'll give you free land. We just need you to grow corn. We just need you to grow vegetables and stuff like that. So that was the United States at one point in time invested in its people, which became a strong country. Well, now I feel like we haven't been doing that as a country. So I feel like we need to get back to developing our people and having more incentives for the people to motivate them to, go higher and be more successful in life. I definitely would get like a big house, like a super big house. I got multiple kids, multiple families, so I would just buy like houses and land and property again. But this would be for me, and I will move my family. But I want to have them live next door to me now. They live probably a few blocks down, and my neighborhood is like gated. You know what I'm saying? And some cars, I'll go through some classic cars. I buy 98 year 95 gold Oldsmobile. That's the car my dad had. I buy 87 Thunderbird, my dad's car. And I will buy 1987 Grand Marquis, also my dad's car. I will buy those cars. This reminds me of my dad. And they're comfortable cars too. Lifetime supply of Welch's gummy bears. That's like my cigarettes. I don't smoke, but I call them my cigarettes because I know after eating so many of them, you tear your mouth out. So I think for myself, mainly is doing for people. It's kind of hard for me to just to think about what I would buy for myself because I naturally think to do stuff for other people.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I don't care about a Lamborghini, a Rolls, like that type of stuff don't mean nothing. And maybe I'm jaded, to that type of stuff because I've been around people that had it, and I seen how it did nothing for them. I seen people in top floor condos, and they were depressed. I seen people who had mansions that were sleeping in their Maybachs. You know what I'm saying? And it was because they were battling depression. So you think like, man, this person got mansions, this person got Maybachs, Rolls Royces, and they still unhappy. It's like, yeah, because a lot of the things that make us happy or could potentially make us happy, we can't even buy. Besides like some food or doing something for my family, it's not really much that I would just be like, yeah, I'll buy it with $1 billion, because generally what I would want to buy for myself if I had $1 billion is something that I could buy for myself now. Even if it took me a year or two to save up for it, I still can get that regardless if I had $1 billion, because I don't value a $100 million house. I don't value a $3 million car. That's nothing for me. Another thing I would do with $1 billion, I would make a bunch of indoor playgrounds, like for kids, like dope, like slides and mazes for kids and stuff. You gotta have cameras in because kids might get lost and be fighting and humping and stuff. I was a little humper when I was a little kid. Hey, catch y'all, what y'all doing? Trying to play house. But I'll make some of this little fun stuff for kids because I like that. I think the reason why I stick so close to like doing things with kids, and of course I have kids, is because kids is where the inspiration comes from. Imagination comes from kids. Anybody that creates something has the mind of a child. And you have to have that because a child is fearless. It's kids that will, jump off, this countertop onto the couch because they think they can fly. But then as an adult, you gonna know, like, man, my knees ain't good enough for it. So kids are fearless. Kids will draw pictures like, look, Daddy, I drew you. And the picture's probably ugly as hell, probably ain't even me. But the thing is that that's the fearlessness in it. The kid knows that they're not a drawer or artist, but they were thinking about their parent and being passionate about doing something nice for their parent. And that's the same type of passion a person has when they build computers and telephones and internet, things like that. They're thinking about doing for others, So that's what I would definitely do. Do a lot of like kid jump jam